Well, hello, folks. Today is Monday, the 5th of September, and after a week of torment, I hadn't been well all week, had to cancel all my clients at work. We are actually going to Florida. It's here at last, and we're traveling to Glasgow tonight. So we travel down to Glasgow tonight and then we fly out tomorrow morning. So this is going to be like the full travel day. Obviously, there is going to be a little bit of like today, the day before. So we're staying in the Holiday Inn Express right at the front door of Glasgow Airport. So I'm still not 100% convinced that we're going to make it onto that plane, but I am quietly confident. So we travel from Glasgow down to London Gatwick, and then we are in Gatwick for a few hours, and then we travel from Gatwick to Orlando. So if you want to see the full travel day, I've got the GoPro and obviously this camera and stuff like that. So we'll be getting pretty much everything. And if you want to see how our day goes and if we avoid any more catastrophes, then just keep watching and I'll see you a little bit later on. A good look. It's currently 4:05 in the morning. Yeah. Okay, so we never actually filmed anything last night because we basically got in and got pizza and went straight to bed because we're up at this time of day. But I thought that I would give you a quick swizz around this room and like before we leave, because our flight is at 6:45, so we're gonna have to be going pretty sharpish, and I have some like rejigging to do. But basically we got in last night and it's the hotel straight across the road from the airport. So you go to the parking, which is just round. I'll put up a map and show you, but it's just round from the airport. And then you literally like jump straight on a bus and they take you straight over here. So it's like totally no issue at all. That's booked through Holiday Extras. I'll put everything in the description box so that you know. But yeah, it was pretty good, can't really complain. So we got in and they said that they had no double rooms left, even though that's what we booked. So they've upgraded us to an executive suite. No, an executive suite, an executive room, whatever. An executive something. And we were like, ooh, and then we realised that it was just kind of like a slightly fancier room. Not fancier, but just slightly nicer. And I don't have a view of the airport, which I'm kind of gutted about. But anyway, I'm going to give you a quick swizz round. And it does come with like free iron brew, a couple of caramel wafers and a couple of Mars bars. So yeah, anywho, we have obviously been here since yesterday, so please excuse my suitcase. Ooh. Double bed. We've got sort of some kind of nice furniture. Wee desk to work at. There is a fridge. That's sort of like your extra wee bits and pieces. I don't think you're going to be able to see anything outside just now. Oh no, there we go. So the airport is that way, to the right. That's a little view. So yeah, I mean, not bad. I'm only here for just now and then. Straight into the airport anyway. I'm wearing a massive big Gymshark jumper because planes get cold. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to shoot now, get everything sorted so that we can get into the airport in plenty of time and stuff like that. But we've got loads of time in Gatwick and stuff, so I'll see you later. Okay, so this is us leaving, and it was way too early in the morning for me to be walking down the corridor of a hotel talking to myself. So I figured I would do these bits in voiceover. We basically stayed at the hotel, which is literally at the front door of Glasgow Airport. We went out the front here to have a cigarette before we went round, but it is literally across the road from the airport, so dead handy. Here we are after security. We wanted to stop in at Boots just to get a couple of things for the plane, but it's got a little bit of a duty free if you want to grab something before you get on the plane. Really, there was no kind of rush for us. There was about a 20-minute delay, but we just kind of ambled on through, carried on down to where our gate was, I suppose. It was pretty quick on us getting our gate because we were a domestic flight, so we only had to be there like an hour before we were leaving, and then we will catch up with you in Gatwick. So my SD card ran out of space, so I went and bought a new one, but this is us heading into the British Airways. I think it's the Executive Lounge. We were flying business class, but if you have a membership with Executive Club, and I think you're either a bronze or a silver, you can use this lounge as well. I will clarify that in the description box below though. So anyway, it is pretty big, it's really nice and quiet, and if you go out back into the airport, you'll see that it is so ridiculously busy in Gatwick. So this was quite a nice reprieve for us. I would recommend it to anyone. If you can get into one of the lounges, go for it, just because it's just a lot nicer to wait for your flight. We had a 5-hour wait, so we decided to go and find somewhere to sit, and we got ourselves something to eat, some tea and stuff like that. But I will say that I think that the food could have been better. I know that they normally do an ordering menu, but they were only doing buffet when we were there, so that wasn't the best, but I mean, still better than having to try and find somewhere to eat in the airport. I literally always get cherry drops. That is my sweetie of choice for the plane. You know, when you suck a sweetie to stop your ears from popping. That's my sweetie of choice. So we literally hunted everywhere for them. Finally found some, and in the process found this really cool Lego shop. But basically, we headed off before our our gate number appeared, and we ran into a little bit of an issue. So it basically said, please wait for like 20 minutes, and then finally told us our gate number. So here we are, heading off to the gate, thinking this is great, we'll be really quickly on the plane because we've got priority boarding, only to be met with what would end up being a 3-hour delay. We ended up on the plane eventually, but I will explain all this later. But oh my god, what a nightmare. Just everything was going so well, and this was just kind of the start of the foreshadowing of things to come, but you'll see that later in the video. So we finally got to board the plane, and we were priority boarding, so I think we were like group 2 or something like that. We were business class. This wee Manny in front of me actually was sitting in my seat, so we had to like tell him, oh no, you've got the wrong seat, sorry. But this is basically the seat setup, and yeah, I mean, there's so much room. My little legs didn't need all this room, but my other half's quite tall, so it was really, really good for him. So yeah, we just sort of hung about for I think like an hour on the plane. I didn't have my camera, I had to grab it. Time to take off, to get in the air, and this is probably the most horrendous takeoff we've ever had in our entire lives. I don't know, it was dead bumpy, and it was like up and level and up and level, and we felt a little bit sick. The noise of this engine was insane, but we got there. We got there. Okay, we're on the plane. We are, well, you can see on the map where we are. We've literally just taken off. I've got my camera out. I'm doing a little bit of filming, but I realise that without any sort of, I didn't actually realise I probably could have used my phone to film me speaking. You will hear me speaking in a minute. I might voice it over, but this is the menu. If you want to pause and read it. It was a really nice menu. It wasn't bad. It was better on the way back, I will say. But this is my little setup that I've got going on just now. So I did order a little cocktail for when I was, ready and when we were taking off. And then we jumped straight to the meal. I did start eating it. The only thing I will say about plain food is even though this was amazing compared to what you usually get in economy, it was a little bit spicy. It's always a little bit spicy. Okay, so we're 5.5 hours away. We were 3 hours delayed, which was an absolute nightmare, but we eventually got on our way. The time is 25 to 9. But yeah, not a lot has happened, so I'll probably do a tour of the seat once it's all tidied up, but right now I am fully lying down. The only thing I would say is it's always bloody freezing on these flights. I don't know why, but that's the only complaint I ever have, and you get a pretty cool wee amenity kit. So hopefully once we get in, we'll get the car, we'll get to the villa, and see what happens. Hopefully no more issues. So a quick little overview of the seat. There was one little drawer, that's your only storage down by your feet, and you can't actually access this once you're in the recline position. That's your little footrest. So these are your buttons, and you can basically push a button to put it back to the landing and takeoff mode, but you can put it completely flat, pop that little footrest down, and then you've got a fully flat bed, which I had earlier. This is the actual seat. You've got a little controller for the TV and your little bits and pieces to charge your phone and plug your headphones in. Then your tray table actually folds down from the left there. Your TV comes out from the left as well, and you just pull it towards you. These can be quite stiff and you can have to force them sometimes. So that's your tray, it folds out again. And then if you look just past my hand there, you will see that that is the next person's seat. If they have their feet up, there was nobody there when we were on our way over, you will have to step over their feet. So that's my only complaint with that. But fingers crossed, by the time we next go, we will have the club suite. Anyway, here we are. We're off to get the car, and I will explain later what a traumatic experience that was. Okay, so last night by the time we got in, it was literally like after midnight, and it was just not good. I'll explain everything later, but I figured I would do a quick villa tour just to sort of like round out the travel day. So this is the entryway, and this is sort of like a little lounge dining area. Don't know why they've done it this way around, it's kind of weird. You would think that that would be through the kitchen, but never mind. So that's that. Cream carpets. Yeah. This villa does have an upstairs. We did actually get a 4-bedroom, but for some reason we have a 5-bedroom. So this is like the little laundry room. Extra towels and stuff like that. And then if we go through here, oh, I didn't realise this light was on. Wow, what's going on here? This is the garage. It's actually carpeted. Has a ping pong table. I was hoping for a pool table, but never mind. It's got a spa. God, it's muggy in here. Little table as well. Some outdoor stuff. Another table here. Pretty standard. Big fridge. I just like the fact that it has ice cubes. Leave over there until we come back downstairs. We'll go straight upstairs. This part of the house we're not even using because there's 2 of us and we don't need to use upstairs because there's a bedroom downstairs. So this is a little bit wasted on us, but let's go and have a look. So this way we've got 1 bedroom which has got bunk beds. Round to the right here. There's another one that's got a single bed and a double bed. So in here is a bathroom. So obviously sink. And then through here you've got a bath. A shower with a top. Toilet. And you can actually access this bedroom via this wee sliding door. So it is sort of like an ensuite. But obviously if you want you can just access it from the hall. Across is another one that's much the same, but it has a shower. Just another couple of bits in it. I can't get used to the switch has been upside down. Okay, so this is the bedroom that other bathroom was joined onto. Another one. I can't go over how high the beds are. And then last but not least, I think. Oh no, not last. Because our bedroom's last. A nice wee bedroom in here. A lot of them have fans. The way the stairs are, it's got like stairs that way and stairs that way. So you can either go that way back down the front door in the front sitting area, or this way into the kitchen. Okay, so we have TV, some cable TV and stuff like that, just to excuse the teacups and stuff like that, but the big lounge area. And then we have a big patio door into the pool. I don't know if we'd use this one because obviously you're straight on the carpet. Bit silly. Another toilet. Okay, oh, it's hot out here today. Okay, so here's the pool area. So it's got this sort of thing to protect against kids falling in the pool. We don't need that, so we might just like stow it away like that side is. This is the pool. It's a little bit chilly now. Still warm. So it has a spa. So technically shouldn't have a games room. But yeah, over there is a barbecue in the garage. And a last room. So this is the one that we've chosen to stay in. It has patio doors out onto the pool area. And its own ensuite with a walk-in wardrobe. It's got a nice big TV as well. Don't mind the shoes. So big walk-in wardrobe, and it just means that we can put all of our cases and that in there. Big dressers and stuff like that.
huge bed that I need a leg up onto. And in the bathroom, there's a lot of stuff in here. Shower, which, mind your nipples. Bath, which we might test out. I like a bath. Separate toilet. So I guess we should address what happened yesterday. Okay, I look like a potato, but I haven't done anything and I've been up for I don't know how long. What am I squinting? Hold on, let's just fucking... That's a bit better. Okay, so I'm sitting at the breakfast bar just now. So, rewind what you'll have seen. There wasn't an awful lot of me talking just because it was such a nightmare of a day. It was just insane yesterday. I think everything that could go wrong did go wrong. So anyway, we got down to Glasgow and we checked into our hotel. Everything was fine. Stayed the night. We got actually upgraded to an executive room in the Holiday Inn, which I think I did a wee swizz round the room. I don't think it was that impressive, but at the end of the day, it was the nicest of their rooms, so that was cool. But it meant that we didn't get a view of the airport, so I never actually got to like sit and film planes or anything like that. Then that was all fine. Got up in the morning, went over, checked in fine. The only thing was we were standing waiting for about 20 minutes because the little thing that takes the baggage away from the people who check it in was broken. So we were standing there not that long, but because we were checking in Club World and business class, it was fine because we were like first in the queue. We were delayed a little bit coming out of Glasgow to go to Gatwick because of fog, but obviously with the sun coming up and stuff like that, it was just that it was a really early flight. Got into Gatwick, then into the airport lounge, and well, we got a couple of wee bits and pieces shopping. I needed an SD card and stuff like that, hence why there isn't an awful lot of footage of us coming into Gatwick, leaving Glasgow and coming into Gatwick, because my memory card ended up full and I didn't realise. So I bought another one when we got to Gatwick and went up to the lounge. Now, we went into the lounge and it was all buffet stuff, which wasn't great, to be honest, I will say. But there was a QR code on the table. You just needed a code for it, and I didn't know what the code was. It did say to ask at reception, but by that point we had had something to eat, so I thought it was kind of pointless. So that kind of was all right, but just because of it being kind of like a long day already, weren't feeling the best. So yeah, then our flight was supposed to be at 2:30 in the afternoon. Around about the time we were going to be I think it was about 20 minutes before we were going to be getting our gate, we went down and got a couple of other bits and pieces that we needed from like WH Smith and boots and stuff like that. That was all good, and then it came to, I think it was 1:30 we were supposed to get our gate, and it just went to please wait. So of course thought that was us getting it, but when I checked the app, our arrival time had gone from 18:50 to 19:30. So that was the So that was the first sort of like, what's going on here. The departure time hadn't changed at all, but the arrival time had changed to 7:30 rather than 10 to 7. So we're like, right, okay, well that must mean it is just delayed. Then it was, I think it went on a wee bit further. I think it might have gone about 7:45. But all of a sudden the gate number popped up, so we were having to go to gate number 21, and that was fine, but it's miles away, so we ended up just walking over. Everybody walked down. We got into the lounge, the little lounge that you sit in and wait to board the plane, and it was obviously getting busier and busier and busier, and we just figured we're part of boarding group 2, so we'll literally get straight on the plane. And 5 minutes passed, and 10 minutes passed, and meanwhile in my app it had then changed to say that the departure time had gone from 14:30 to 1500. I think it was 3 o'clock. I was like, well, that's saying it's delayed, but they're not telling us anything. Boarding was supposed to start at 1:30. So nothing and nothing, and we were waiting and we were waiting, and then an announcement, or what we thought was an announcement because you couldn't hear it.
saying that it was delayed and that there was stuff that the captain was working on or something like that. It was very vague. So again, we just sort of like sat and waited and sat and waited, and then the app updated again and said 15:30. And I was like, right, okay, well that's us, we're actually like properly delayed now by an hour. And then, was it the co-pilot that came out? The co-pilot came out and basically said that the whole of a section over the over Ireland or something like that, air traffic control.
Shanwick.
Shanwick.
It's the Shannon Airport and Prestwick Airport airspace between the two.
Right, okay, so the Shanwick airspace was like dark because of a malfunction or something like that. So they couldn't let planes fly through it. And that was in our flight path. So what they had done was two things that they had said, obviously, well, if that comes back up, we'll go that way. If not, they've got a reroute request in. So if they approve the reroute, it would mean that it would add, what was it, like an hour and a half onto the journey time. But then he said it was like 9.5 to 10 hours, which is kind of what the flight is anyway. So we were really confused. Then the captain actually came out because we were delayed again, and they were waiting to hear back because they had brought online the airspace again. So 3:30 we finally got on the plane, and then it looks like we took off. Yeah, we basically sat at the terminal for ages, and then by half 6. So it was about 6 o'clock by the time we were actually in the air. So it was 3 hours. They basically said that they had fixed the airspace thing. They were letting 23 planes through an hour or something like that. We managed to get a slot, and that was that. And then obviously there are intermittent bits that I filmed. I did film a bit, but whether or not you could hear it, I'm not sure. So we'll just have to look back at that and see. But yeah, that was pretty much the thick and thin of it. Got in at 9 o'clock local time when it was supposed to be 10 to 7. And then got to 6 to rent a car, and more problems. So got there, and I had actually booked the car on my credit card, and I wasn't going to be the main driver, which they said that they couldn't do. I didn't see that when we booked the car, or we didn't see it when we booked the car, so obviously we didn't know. But obviously,
also done that with Alan in the past, and it's been fine.
Yeah, done that with other places in the past, and it's been totally fine. And the guy next to us was doing it apparently off of somebody else's card as well, but I don't know. It just seemed to be a bit strange. So they wanted to either refund my card, put it on his card, and him be the main driver, or me be the main driver and pay for a second driver. But either way, it was going to cost money. So we ended up just sorting it out there and then, because we really couldn't do anything else. It was like 10 o'clock at night by that point, but we wouldn't, normally in a normal circumstance we'd have gone elsewhere, because we just thought that that was really shady of them. And then obviously we got a kind of, oh, we'll make up for it by giving you an upgrade of a car, although it was going to cost $18 extra a day for 21 days. So more money out of us, obviously. But yeah, we ended up getting here. We found the villa pretty easily. You've obviously just seen it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I will check in again later, or when there's something going on. But yeah, I'll close out this video just now. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.